Hey guys, welcome to my review of the NECA Terminator 2 T-1000 figure. Now this guy is really great. There is so much going on here and he has so many little pieces to him, but we'll get into that further into the review. First off, let's take a look at the packaging. Hey, washed up Terminator, bring it over. There. Oh, jeez, I wasn't very careful with it, but what do you think of T-1000? Is it something I can get high off of? No, it's that guy over there. Then I hate it. Well, that was depressing. Okay, so to start off here, as you can see, we have a nice looking package that displays Robert Patrick's face on the front in a very orangish glow. Don't really believe this is in the movie. This is probably shot from the set. That's what I'm getting the feeling here. And you can see that he's Officer Austin right there. It's got T-1000 there. I like its blue border, and then how it says Terminator Judgment Day up there, as you can see. Then it's just basic packaging all around. It says NECA Real Toys. It kind of reminds me of some sort of video game box, now that I think of it. I don't know. I don't think there was a Terminator 2 video game that I know of, so I can't say. It's got some nice images of the figures there, of the figure. And then on the inside here, you can see him displayed with his pointy fingers, which actually looks a little awkward. I don't remember him ever having two long fingers at once while he was in that psycho place there. And then you can see there's some explosion at the top here, and just a really nice box overall. And then on the inside, it had this part here, which is really nice. It's great for displaying. I took this out and forgot to put it back in to show you guys, but as you can see, it looks pretty darn cool. So, on the back we can see it has a bit of a read-up, so let's take a look there. And the read-up says, 3 billion human lives ended on August 29th, 1997. The few who survived the nuclear fire of Judgment Day lived only to face a new nightmare, the war against the machines. In their effort to eliminate all remaining humans, Skynet sent 2 Terminators back through time. Their mission? To destroy John Connor, the future leader of the human resistance. The first was programmed to strike at his mother, Sarah Connor, in the year 1984, before John was born. It failed. The second was to eliminate John when he was just a child. As before, the resistance was able to send a lone warrior to protect the boy. The only question was, which one would reach him first? That's a pretty cool little read-up there. And yeah, overall the box is really nice. Then you can see on the bottom it says Studio Canal there. And then shout out to all the people on here. Kyle Windricks, I like that sculptor there. Okay, now let's take a look at the figure. So, as you can see, he looks pretty sick here. Let me get a little close-up here. A little closer, that is. Okay, now let's just take a look at the sculpt. Now the sculpt on this guy is 100%. I'm blown away by it. It looks just like Robert Patrick, the actor, that is. And you can even see down here on this tiny little badge, it says Austin. Which is just like ridiculous detail, and it's really hard to see because my camera's not very good at focusing, and you know, all the little things working out there. Yeah, Austin. And you can see all these nice wrinkles throughout the suit, nice pockets here, badge even has some detail there. And that face looks great. The paint on it is good too. Look, there's like no cross eyes from what I can see. The hair looks very cleanly done. Nice little brown paint with some wash over that. Looks sick. And then the arms look real nice, leading to the hands. And he's got a ton of accessories, as you can see from that pile over there. We'll get into that in a second. At his feet, you can see he has peg holes. Then on the back here, what the heck was that? I think something just landed on my table. Weird. Okay. He's got his nice police officer belt here, which he does come with a gun, but in the prototype it was supposed to be a silver gun, but whatever. And then it has a walkie-talkie, but not removable. Everything on this belt is pretty much just solid on there except for the pistol. And it looks really nice. So the sculpt on him is just, it's great. Now let's get into the accessories. Okay, so his accessories include 3 alternate hands, which include a relaxed hand and 2, I guess, pointy finger hands. I'm just going to say it like that. He comes with 2 alternate arms, which are these weird metallic arms, which very fitting, and then 2 destroyed looking heads, as well as a different torso piece. I'll show you how that stuff all works out in a second. First, let's take a look at his alternate hand number 1. Now, as you can see, this is meant for holding a pistol, but it does kind of look relaxed, I mean, as you can see. But you can use the completely relaxed hand, which just kind of matches the other one in the way it's down to his side. See that? And I suppose that could be also his running hands or whatever. Doosh, 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 doosh. And then you can swap both of those. It fits in fairly well and it doesn't get too loose. You can see it has these little balls there. I actually prefer the way this is to the way the NECA Superman figure had his, because remember, it looked like that and then it broke off. So yeah, it's a lot better to have it as just these regular balls. Just easier for the swapping. So next set of hands are these pointed finger hands, which have quite a nice little weird Wicked Witch look to it. I don't know, it reminds me of some sort of witch who has really long fingernails. But he did use these in the movie, just not simultaneously. So, like, this was when he killed Todd, John's stepfather, or foster father. Stabbed him right through the carton. Yep. And then this one's probably when he killed the security guy. And yeah, I dig that a lot, but it's just, it does look a bit awkward unless you've got it pointing through someone's head. Let me grab someone. There. Right through a head. There. Now that looks natural, doesn't it? Yeah. So, yeah, I'm pretty much going to just display him normally with the gun hand and everything else, but there are all these other options. Let's take off his forearms here and show you the alternate forearms. Now, it's a bit sticky, so give me a second. Arrgh. Yeah. Takes a little bit of brute force, but eventually it comes off. Now we have these nice little accessories here. And as you can see, that actually looks really sick on him. It looks like he could kill the crap out of you with these. He looks like a praying mantis too. You ever seen a praying mantis? They're like really creepy. That really helps make him look like a creepy Terminator type guy. And let's put him side by side with another Terminator. As you can see, he does kind of stand within the right scaling. He's supposed to be a little bit smaller, and yeah, I gotta be honest, when I first saw the Terminator, I actually preferred this guy just because I love the look of the police officer uniform, and he's a lot more like I was. It's just this skinny little guy, and the Terminator's this big hulking monster, but him being the bad guy kind of made it hard to like him better, but I did like his design better. But look at that. That is very nice how they have it silver that leads into this blue dusting that then just completely forms to the body. That's just like it was in the movie, really. I think that's really well done. So let's take those off. It does articulate the same as the other arm, except for at the wrist, of course. Now let's take those off. What the heck, leave them back on so we can just swap out the torso. It's not going to hurt. So this is how the torso swap works. It kind of has this split on the side, as you can see, right? You just kind of got to dig your fingernail in there and pull them apart, and then shimmy, shimmy. There we go. Now we grab the upper part here, which is a very holy part. He's got this big hole in his head, and then it's a little hard to get on. You kind of want to start with the bottom row of pegs and then lead it on. There we go. Yeah. And then he's got his damaged body here, as well as his arms. Kind of makes him look like he's really some sort of freak. See that? Yeah, I can imagine buying multiple of these just to display them as well. Like, look at that. You got this version that looks very creepy, and then you've got the regular version. I could highly imagine that. And as you can see, the sculpt on this head is actually really good as well. It's got that weird messed up inside there that you can see has a huge hole in it. Stretches out the side there. It's got this like ripple effect in there as well. Although this one does, his face looks a little scared compared to how serious the other one looks. But I guess that's just because of the huge hole in his face. And then there's the little ripple effects on his chest and stomach down here, which looks sick. Yeah, I just really like this right here. And then there's an alternate head. Now, switching out these heads and stuff is a bit hard. You can swap it on this one. This one here, I have to heat up with like hot water to get working, and I don't really care for doing that yet. So let me see if I can get this on here without breaking something. Nah, it's not going to work right now, but just take my word for it, that looks pretty cool as well. I'm gonna have to like heat this stuff up so that it gets nice and rubbery and not so solid. Yeah, so let's take this off and swap the other half on. Then of course he would look like that, which has that nice split head, but it's, again, a lot of work. So as we can see here, here's the face sculpt. You can see it does kind of just look like the face has been split open, right? Like his face here has been split open, but there is a weirdness where this is like a separate piece here, this half here. Looks like it should just be that, but then this extra part was added on. Yeah, but it still looks very nicely sculpted, and it is very well painted as well. Just everything on here is detailed to the umpteenth degree. And my brother thinks that this guy's head is a bit big for his body and all. I don't really think so, because Robert Patrick had a rather big head. If you like compare him alongside Sarah Connor, who is the other Ultimate figure from NECA, yeah, they look about right. He's a dude, so his head's supposed to be a bit bigger than hers, but side to side, they look like they're both well proportioned. Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I think I went over everything without taking 3 hours, which is always a good thing. Let me get these arms back on. And I love all the little details he has on him. We only have to go over the articulation now, so I will switch over to that right now. Okay, let's do articulation now. To start out, his head can do a full rotation, and then it can do a lot of side-to-side pivot. It can look down about that much, look up a little bit. That's a fair amount of head articulation, I'd say. And then at the elbow or shoulder here, we can go up to not quite a right angle to his body. Then it can do a full rotation at the shoulder there, as well as having a bend at the elbow past 90 degrees is what I see. And then a full rotation there as well. And then at the wrist there is some up and down, side to side type movement. And then it's a full spin. And then on the other arm it's pretty much the same in every other way. Does the full spin. And now at the waist there's a bit of swivel that can take him a full 360. Now at the crotch here he has this rubber thing here that sort of is his main crotch area. Some people say it's like a diaper on them. I don't think it looks like a diaper, but we'll describe it as a diaper right now just so you understand what I'm talking about. And that is rubber so that does not hinder his articulation, and I like that a lot. And it sort of moves with the leg to sort of keep it from looking like a stupid articulation point. Okay, so he can kick forward about that much. He can kick off to the side that much. And the other leg can kick out and about the same ways. Can kick back a fair amount on both sides. And then at the knee we can do a bend that's not quite 90 degree. It would be nice if we added 90 degree, then he could look like he's running real fast, like when he was chasing after that car, remember? That was pretty sick. It doesn't quite look like you can get him to bend his knees in the way that it should be, but whatever. Neither leg can bend too far, and then it can do a full rotation at the knee, as well as a little bit of ankle movement, which is like side to side movement here, and not quite much pivot at all. But that's okay, because he doesn't really need pivot. So overall, I think this guy is definitely worth buying. I would recommend him to like the umpteenth degree. If you are planning on getting any of these NECA figures, and if you collect 7-inch at all, this guy's definitely for your collection. And for about 23 bucks, I believe he is, that's definitely worth it, especially with all these accessories that you get. Even though I probably won't use them too much, I think it's still worth it. So, tell me what you guys think about him. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I don't know, I'll see you in the next video. Make sure to stick around for the stop motion that I have at the tail end of this. Peace. And here he is next to a horrified looking Dale.